Got ourselves team 1 together with Aloni as a Feral Druid gonna be first up. Looks like it's gonna be Coffee Boy. Got himself that different resolve trinket. I'm thinking there's gonna be some Night Fae burst out of this man. Potentially. Alonia might not even be able to stop it. The only thing they got is a defensive flesh cap, potentially bark skin. But they yet to find each other for a moment. That's how it is with Stealthy Duels. We got ourselves team 1 together with and 2 on that team. Oh, looking like your boy just now. We got M Paladin in there as well. We got Jacob. We got ourselves Naze. And we got ourselves team 1 together with Kiosco. We got ourselves Nikki. We got ourselves Piercy. Oh, I like your Mog, honestly. I look good with a bow. And we got ourselves Beggar there as well. And your Mog. I always looked at the mask of this Mog. I always thought he gave rogues like a frowny face. I feel like once you see it, you can't unsee, but they're literally a frowning. Looks like it's gonna be Coffee Boy picking up the eyes, getting the Moonfire to get Alonia out. This fellow doesn't want to sit in there forever. Bash onto Alonio. That's gonna be a big convoke trick. It's gonna be Alonio taking it out of it, trying to see if they can live in Barkskin. It looks like the shield held strong with the flesh cap. Coffee Boy, he's one big immunity to CC. Is gone. It's going to be big damage by Alonia. Cover Boy got himself wall. It's going to be a big berserk on top of Alonia. Get the biggest bleeds possible versus Kavi. As Kavi looking to see if he can survive any of this damage. Friends and region back to back. Just try to live the Feral's burst. It looks like he's able to live it, but for how much longer? The next stun is going to be really deadly. Stun to Alonia. Does it with a tier set of his own, actually. Also get the big bleeds. Back to back bites. Maybe to Kavi could be in big trouble. Does Alonia have a big go? It's going to be Resonator Trinket exploding on him. And Alonia is looking for a quick reset behind the pillar. That Resonator Trinket added quite a little bit extra burst in there. Quick flash cut for Alonia while in barrel for maxing out the defensive value. And Answer is going to be up next. Going to be Answer taking a lot of damage. Got himself the Spell Warden Trinket for some of the Storm damage. Or not Spell Warden. Aegis, big damage to Alonia, slamming down, gonna be a Barskin and a Walls. Alonia taking up as much as possible in bear form. Friends in region procking while they're low, and that's gonna be a quick heal while in Restoration Affinity. Anta is bled up by quite a bit, is gonna be forced out until that Ursul's as Alonia makes a quick escape. Being a Rest Affinity, that Ursul's can be super helpful in a 1v1 situation. Just gives you extra control, and it's kind of like a yoink type of ability. It's like a grip-like ability, like a death grip. So it's really difficult to like stop it. I had to go for a big slammer jammer, get him back-to-back procs to Alonia. Might be getting Alonia super low. It's going to be yet another big heal for Alonia with Thorns. But I think Antro might just commit some damage. Just needs a little bit more holy power and slam down the final Temple's Verdict onto the Feral Druid's head. Quick maim. Antro with a blessing of protection. Just trying to see if he can take down the Feral Alonia. Find himself super low in health. Trying to see that he can recover as best as humanly possible. That's going to be also a pretty big heal as well. Antro got himself a blessing of protection. Alonia trying to keep the Paladin at bay as best as they can. Stun as Alonia does at least find himself in a bear form. Barset is up. Andrew trying to make sure he backs away from Alonia. Thorns is up. Alonia trying to see if they might be able to use those thorns to dissuade Andrew from bursting, but he just wants to still keep poking at the bear. Literally, and is getting pricked by those thorns. As Alonia got the hedgehog mode on. Full bleeds. Andrew might be in trouble. Might have to bubble out of this. This is the most bleeds out there. Does get himself a pretty big heal in between. Wings are available. Still lots of bleeds rolling in. Alonia, if they can add a bite on top of it. Oh, the bleeds and the dots and everything. Andrew was actually kind of healthy. And then just out of nowhere, his cell just got crushed together. Gonna be a big old stun onto Amp. As Alonia trying to get himself an opener. Going to be a Hodge. As Am got a lot of bleeds on him. But this man isn't careful. He might actually die. Bubbles is trying to go for cooldowns. And it's going to be a lot of globals that he just had to, like, he's trying to go for as many globals as possible just to make the most amount of the burst happen. And then being forced to bubble in between of it does kind of hurt. With Am not really looking good on health-wise, still haven't been able to really recover from those initial bleeds. Bash, and he doesn't got immunity anymore. Going to be Trinket with a Shield of Minutes, trying to use that shield to offset a lot of the damage that he's taking. Potentially could use that shield aggressively in order to get some backsplash damage versus Alonia. But Alonia is just going to bail out of there, beautiful bleeds on a guy, and back out. Keeping Ursul's onto Am, so he doesn't go anywhere. Am has a next set of wings with the next auto attack. Could be huge. Thorns is up. Needs to heal himself as much as possible. It's going to end up going for the damage, but ends up hitting himself with Thorns. And the bleeds are racking up, so it's going to be super unfortunate. As Alonia trying to go for what looks like a 1v5. Going to be Jacobzi going for that Venti burst. Thrown into Alonia. It's going to be immediate chicken by the Feral Druid. Trying to get some bleeds onto Jacobzi. Jacob should be able to at least... Jacobzi. I'm gonna call him Jacobzi. Jacob is so much easier to say. But you'll be able to remove a lot of bleeds, especially if he's playing the I guess Manic Bandages or the Stratagem Lego. Alonia looking for the full on reset. Gonna be flank and strike as Jacob not letting him go anywhere. Quick main with full bleeds. Jacob might be in trouble. Might need to go for as much bleed removal. Does he have a feign death Lego? Does he have a many better? Anything? The bleeds is still rocking on him. Does get a feign death. Should be able to remove those bleeds. Should have maybe used it a lot earlier. Big kill shot versus Alonia. What a big bleed on top of it. Lots of, oh, this man got the big bleed in there. What was that? That was a huge kill shot. I thought it would have been a big crit. Like a 20k crit. Oh my goodness, Jacob just popped off. Scary Beast into the hunter pet of Kiosko. He's got a freezing trap onto his pet. Pet's to get it trapped up. Going to be Kiosko, her putting in. Jacob might be in trouble. Feign death for a second. Might have to turtle shell out of this. As it's going to be a death shotgun splitting right through him. Does go for turtle shell at the apex of the burst. Is going to be Kiosko with a flesh cap. Jacob can't go for flesh cap of his own, so he kind of has to take the damage. with the Necrolord Frisbee still continue to hit him. Stun to Kiosko. Got himself a feign death potential with the camo. Maybe the pet is still clean. Looks like everybody's clean. And Jacob got himself a full reset. Does Kiosko find him quick enough? If he flashes him out on a light spot, he might be able to do it. Does not do it. That's going to be 23% dampener. Kiosko gets himself a camo. So Lacey is denying Jacob an opener, but Jacob is getting a massive reheal from this. Stun to Kiosko, making sure to max out range. Does he get the kill shots? He could potentially have himself a big go. Kiosko could remove a lot of the flake shot by going for feign death. Is going to stun the pet of the other hunter and actually focus damage on the pet. Jacob is actually doing okay. Kiosko's a little behind. Jacob, I don't know if he's going to be able to get himself a flake shot. Is going to go for a wife pet. As your pets dip low. And if you could find Kiosko fast enough with a flare, flare getting thrown in, almost landing it on Kiosko. Flare down. Jacob. Kiosko just walked into flare. I don't think Kiosko realized it, but they literally walked into flare. Flash gun is up. Jacob does have the hunter's mark on the Kiosko. Flake shot on the pet. Grenades on the Kiosko. And might be able to get back-to-back kill shots. Needs to get this pet back up in there. The pets are attacking each other. The pets are just fighting each other on that far end. And Kiosko and Jacob fight each other on this end. It's going to be a pet sack for Jacob. Freezing trap onto Jacob's pet. Needs to get a stun on that pet as soon as possible. Kiosko got a big damage onto Jacob. That's going to be feign death. Jacob needs to go for a heal as soon as possible. Acceleration. Harpoon back to Kiosko. Oh, but Kiosko gets the kill shot a little bit earlier than the other guy. Oh my goodness. And Naze looking to waddle towards Kiosko. Dot him fully up. Mortical getting set there playing Affliction. So Kiosko can remove a lot of those dots from Affliction with a feign death. So it's going to be really tough for this Affliction Warlock to really get a lot of value pressure into Kiosko. Does go for a port. Try to catch up. Kiosko has those dots. Is going to be able to feign death and Manic Bedage past them. And Naze is going to be stuck in a trap for a moment. I like his mock though. He's trying to go for like a more like a almost like a besides the back piece, almost like a low fantasy warlock look. He got himself a robe, got himself like vials and a pouch, and he got himself a nice little hoodie. Like no crazy shoulders, nothing extravagant. Besides the back piece, nothing crazy extravagant, right? It's kind of like thematic, has this dark golden look to it. Gonna be Naze popping off big cooldowns, dark back. Kiosko does have himself fully dotted up though. And Naze can potentially give himself a really big over. Kiosko next feign death could help Kiosko recover here. Is gonna feign death, is gonna go for Manic Bedage. Naze needs to make sure that the pet is dotted up. He did go for the dark glare. Needs to make sure to get himself the full big dots of Kiosko. Full haze buff for Naze, but does not have a line inside of Kiosko well at all. Does get a UA at some point though. Kiosko could be in trouble. Definitely needs to go feign death at some point. Dark Glare adding on to the extra damage. Kiosko get aggressive. It's going to be stunned to Naze. Mortical sent in. Decimated bolt by Naze. Does he have himself a big drain? It's going to be Kiosko, I think, removing it for a second. Naze still in trouble. It's going to be, I think, still doubts to Kiosko, but it's going to be Grenade taking him out. Jesus. With Kiosko getting at least 2 kills? Only 2? Alonia with him 3. Jesus Christ. Feral. And the bleeds. Just rotting these boys down. Is in deep focus? What's deep focus Lego? Is it Drawed? Oh, the Drawed. Okay, that's a big Giga Bleed then. Okay, so the Feral using Giga Bleed. I was wondering, like, I wonder if Feral's used the new PvE Legos?